two, one. All right. I've already messed up. Welcome to the Brick and Mortar Podcast, real talk for real people. Today we have kind of a special episode. It's not really, I guess. We're going to be talking about politics, and we promise not to make it a super often thing where we get into it real bad. But there's just some stuff going on I think needs to be talked about, and regardless of anyone's listening to this, talking about it is it's helpful, I guess. Could you say it's helpful?
Absolutely. It's the only way to increase one's awareness of a situation. You have to have both sides of it. You have to have as much information about it before you can make a
Well,
good opinion, I think.
apparently, in my main topic, which is part of your topic, is the we're only getting one side, and that's from actual media, and the other side is staying quiet and has called the lid until Thursday. We're also going to be talking about a few games and things going on in games and this movie that this gaming clan is making. So, where do you want to start today, man?
I really want to get into this Call of Duty thing.
You want to start with
This
Call of Duty?
Halloween event. Yeah, yeah. This Halloween event coming up, man, it's gonna be something special. It just went live today. Matter of fact, it's only been live for about an hour.
So, what all is it?
Well, they've added a new event or a new game mode to Warzone called Zombie Royale, and it's going to be a blast. What happens is instead of dying or going to the gulag when you die, you parachute back in as a zombie. You don't get any weapons. You just run around. You have a uh, a deadly melee attack, is what they said. And if you kill two people, you get marked serums. So you have to collect these two serums, and then it turns you back into a human, and you redeploy as a soldier with your loadout.
With the
Dude, that's
loadout?
gonna be with your loadout. Yeah,
Holy
the loadout that you
snap!
started. Yeah, it's gonna be a game changer, man. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, it sounds like it. Oh man, that's quite a big map to run around in too.
Yeah, with hundreds of people, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
is it gonna be hundreds?
80.
Cause
Yeah, it's a plunder map. It's just like Royale, regular Royale, except it's gonna have hundreds of people and hundreds of zombies.
now I see these pictures you sent me. Got Leatherface here.
Yeah, part of the event is also a couple of bundles in the store. One bundle gives you a new skin for Velikan. A makes him look like the Leatherface guy. I don't know his name. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the name of the bundle.
Oh yeah, it's the Leatherface.
Yeah, and then there's another one for Morte, a skin for Morte in the bundle for Saw. It turns you into Billy from Saw, the guy with that creepy mask. Yeah,
Yeah, the puppet.
and then there's yeah, and then there's a third one for Dr. Karlov. I'm not exactly sure as to who he is, but it comes with a skin for Vale and makes you look like this creepy like German doctor that wants to like cut you into pieces and turn you into something else.
So
It's kind of cool looking.
are we not getting
Hmm?
any Jason Voorhees or Freddy or
No, if
no?
we are, it might come next week, but as of this week, no, we don't have that yet.
I'm telling you, if you could run around Mike Myers, bruh, bruh.
Like this event's gonna last for 2 weeks, 14 full days. So we might get something next week.
All
But
right.
also another thing is while you're doing the plunder, you have to check specific locations for new calling cards, new new treats all around the map, like calling cards, emblems, stickers, sprays, um, was in the charms. That's it. And
Oh,
other charms.
I love
And
charms.
yeah, they're all around the map. They're in all those, like, when you go to drop in on the map and it's got the names of the different places. There's each one has a crate, and you got to check all the crates, which are just like the regular stash boxes. I guess it's an orange one that you got to find, and you got to hit it, and you get the whatever's in it.
Well, that makes
And
sense.
there's like 16 of those, and if you collect all of them, you get something special at the end, and it gives you 2 weeks to collect all of it. Dude, it's gonna be fun. And then you got to fight off zombies while you're doing that too. It's gonna be epic.
I wonder how hard they are to put down. Have you
I'm
played it?
sure. No, I haven't.
You see,
I wanted to wait and play with you before I played it.
well, it's technically kind of hard to put people down, like in Warzone, because you got the body armor, and then it's like core without the body armor anyway. And
Right, and it's at night.
at
Also, it's
night,
at night. Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
I
So you'll
like
probably
night.
we'll probably get the night vision goggles and whatnot.
I really loved the night vision gun game. When
Yeah,
I first got it, that's just what I played for a little while.
yeah.
But
Every once in a while, I'll play a night or a team deathmatch, and it'll put me on the night map. It's
nice.
kind of fun.
I don't get that often at all. Like I haven't played a night match in about 3 weeks, probably.
Wow. I played one yesterday. I played like three of them yesterday.
Nice. I
But
like them.
I wasn't on the 10v10 mosh pit like I normally am. I went to hardcore team deathmatch,
Yeah.
and, and it popped me up in that.
Nice.
And then right after that, the night match, I got a shipment map. I was like, yeah,
You really like shipment.
I love
It's
shipment.
uh, it just really depends
Like,
on if there's going to be a lot of RPGs.
well, yeah, but the downside is like when you get on the free for all on shipment, it's just like pick a corner,
Yeah,
sit
yeah,
and start and just aim down sight.
it's ridiculous. It really
It
can
really
be.
is. Yeah.
But I'm hoping that the zombies are a little easier to kill, especially if there's going to be so many at some point.
Yeah, I
And
think I don't think they'll get the armor, but I think it'll probably still be 3 to 4 rounds to drop them, and they won't have guns. They'll only
yeah,
have a melee attack. So I'm sure if you can get up somewhere high, you should be okay. I don't know if they're gonna parachute after they die. Like if you run around as a zombie and you die again, I'm sure you just keep coming back as a zombie until you
okay.
can kill two people.
Well, I'm hoping we get like a speed boost as a zombie,
Yeah,
because you got to
you
close that
get speed
distance.
boost and jump boost.
Darn tootin'.
Yeah.
We ought to play some plunder at some point. I'm not saying today or anything, because I do want to try out that zombie royale. But we should
Yes.
definitely play some plunder at some point. I got some ideas I don't want to put out on here,
Okay.
but it actually turned out to work for me on accident. So it was awesome.
Nice. Nice.
I would like to
Yeah,
see
I'm
a
definitely.
I would like to see an asymmetrical, maybe a 5-on-1 multiplayer type match where you have a it's basically Camp Crystal Lake style stuff. That'd be pretty cool. Like Juggernaut with a killer skin running around with a chainsaw or melee weapon.
Having to kill 5 people that are hiding.
Yeah, having to kill 5 people
That
that
would
have
be fun.
pistols and environmental traps. You know,
That would be fun.
that would be pretty
Yeah.
cool. Just a limited time gameplay or game mode.
Yeah.
I
That
think
would be
it'd be
fun
really
on
cool.
the little 2v2 maps.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
that would
Yeah.
be a lot of that way they don't have too far to run and stuff.
Yeah. I wouldn't
That
do it
would
on
be a lot of
shipment.
fun. No, no, that's too big.
Yeah. Well, no, shipment's just got nowhere to hide. but it's
Oh, that's true.
the people's chant or the regular soldiers have to kill the bad guy or whatever, and the bad guys got to kill them.
Yeah, and he can only melee.
Yeah, and they got pistols.
Yeah, that would be fun. I
Yeah, I
think that would
think
be a
so.
really good game mode.
Put a little
I'd
bit
like
of a
to see
speed boost
activities
on
or
it.
something. Oh yeah, definitely. Especially on a Juggernaut suit.
I just killed a small insect on my screen. Gross. Don't even know what it was. Bro, this garage room, like, I don't know, man. I think anytime you make a room out of a garage or something, it just doesn't seal all the way.
No, no. It's definitely tough to make a garage, basement, or attic a bedroom.
Yeah, like my bedroom is actually the back porch, or was at one point.
Nice.
Yeah, it's actually as long as the house almost.
I bet it
Like,
helped out in during the summer. Kept it nice and cool in there, didn't it?
oh man, I got great AC.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, my bill don't get too high either. Is thank goodness.
Nice.
But yeah, it's pretty efficient. Um, didn't even run all the time on the hottest days. So
Right on. Right on.
like, I wish my heat was you know electric, but I got a guy coming out tomorrow to hook up my gas.
Nice.
Yeah, not excited about picking up another bill, but it's a small bill anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
My electricity is gonna drop at least the amount of the bill.
Right. Right. I was just about to say, at least you won't really notice much of a difference between the reduction in electric and the increase from gas. Hopefully, anyway. Oh, and speaking of Call of Duty, I also got my PP-19 gold today.
You get a gold PP
Yep,
19.
gold PP 19.
Which one is
So
that?
it's the Bison.
Oh,
It's
okay.
yeah. I have the P90, the MP7, the Striker, the Fennec, and the ISO left, and then I'll be done with the submachine guns.
Jesus, man.
Yeah,
Relax a little. Have fun.
I am. I am. It's fun, like maxing out these weapons. It's rough sometimes because like trying to do long shots, reloads, and um mounted kills for a submachine gun is definitely taxing. But I make it. I make it. The accomplishment feeling afterwards is so much fun. It's so worth it.
Yeah, I wish I could get some things accomplished with my 300 Win Mag. I need to get the Lapua rounds. That way I can really
Yeah,
play around.
I haven't got it yet.
I
I'm
just,
working on it. And
I'm
it's
just
crazy, dude. I have uh 7 camos unlocked and 5 of them are already maxed out.
for real
Yeah.
with
Like
the 300 Win Mag.
yeah, the SPR 200 or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. I have like it's only like level 38 and I have to get it to like level 47 or something. Like in the 50s or yeah. I think it's level 50 that you get that Lapua round cuz I've already got the 10 round mag and then the another different kind of ammo. But it's not I think it's another 300 something.
Hmm.
Yeah. Let me go double check.
Yeah, Brian never did send me his what blueprints that I asked
Oh,
him for his like super fast sniper. get me irritated. Not gonna lie.
I don't blame you. Yeah, 300 Norma mag, the 5 round, and then level 50, I'll get the 308 Lapuas, I guess.
Right on.
I'm only, I'm only level 40, and I got to get all the way to 55.
I'm getting my memory card for my camera today, so I'll be able to play with it.
Nice.
Yeah, can't wait to try it out.
Mhm.
I had to get a washer. I had to go by and get some washers because it's got this little stand that it sits on and it comes up over it, like it's
Mhm.
you screw it on to the stand and then it comes out behind it, goes up 90 degrees, and then has another handle that folds out to 90 degrees where you can like hold it lower than your head, like
Yeah,
kind of like skate videos, how they always follow the skateboard.
right.
It's so you can film stuff like that, and
Well, that's pretty nifty.
yeah, but it was too long. The thing that actually screwed into the bottom of the camera was too long and was
Oh, wow.
like not even near tight. So I had to go get some washers so it would tighten up on the thing. I
Gotcha.
don't know how else to
Gotcha.
describe it.
Is it like a tripod kind of deal?
Uh, like it hooks up like a tripod.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you screw the camera into this deal and it kind of helps you get different angles.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
and I actually have a tripod coming tomorrow.
Heck yeah. You getting it all then.
Yeah. Well, I figured I should have just got the bundle with the tripod, but I
Mhm.
figured, well, it's a good thing that I didn't because I can just use my credit card to get the tripod, and the total usage on the credit card, like the percentage of the usage I just did, will look
Mhm.
good to my credit. And when I pay it off, that also will raise my credit.
Nice.
Yeah,
Win-win.
win win. Because I think it was like $25 overall. That was what's half of 25%?
About 12.5%.
Yep, 12.5% usage. So they'll like that. Credit union will like, or credit bureaus, whatever you want to call them, will like that. Alrighty, so let's jump into this. Since we're talking about games, have you ever heard of Amnesia?
Yes.
I played Amnesia: The Dark Descent. It made me like it made me so scared, dude. And I was an adult. Like I was living with my mom, and it scared me so bad. I barely had time to hit the escape button to pause it on my way out of the room to where my mom was.
Oh,
I
wow.
was in tears. I was like, "Oh my god."
Oh, man.
Well, they got the Dark Descent, which is the one that I played. A Machine for Pigs. And I think there might be another one, but they just released one, and I watched PewDiePie play it for an hour last night,
Uh-oh.
and it was so good. It takes place in 1937. You're a female, and they have overhauled the graphics on this and the whole system. It's just so good. I mean, it looks great. Now, Amnesia is developed and published by Frictional Games, and very good company. They like just for somehow they just know how to get that atmospheric quality, and it's just make the most. I don't know, man. Intense. It's intense. It's really intense, especially the Dark Descent was. But in this game, you're playing these. What are they? Kind of, they're adventurers, and you're playing as the female, and going going over the Algerian desert. They're playing crashes, and you see the crash, and you see right before the crash, and then after the crash, you wake up, and it basically shows you the insanity uh, system that they use, like
Mhm.
crazy wispy dark vines are all up in your sight, and you gotta basically WASD and mouse to struggle because you're struggling with insanity at that point. It's a fear. It's the fear system, and you got to get a hold of yourself, right?
Mhm.
And you have no memory of what's going on except for what you had seen. But you got this thing on your wrist that wasn't there before the crash. So it's basically like the best way I can explain it is in the first one, you're this guy, and you actually took something to forget what you had done. Um, so what I'm thinking is this chick went back to the plane and took whatever it was that that you got to take to lose your memory.
Mhm.
And then she wakes up there with like she just crashed, but you can tell it's been a while.
That sounds good.
Oh man, and it turns out that thing on your wrist is a basically a key, and because at some point you'll walk up to this rock jutting out of the ground, and there's
Mhm.
all these little rocks just floating around it. Well, they're magnets, right? And the pebbles are magnets that are stuck in the magnetic field around that rock. And okay, hey, this looks pretty cool. And then you keep going, and you see a whole wall of magnetic rock, and the game pulls that thing out, and it just fades away or flashes away. I don't know how to describe that. It just opens up, and it's like a portal to a different world.
Wow.
So with going through this, you have to. There's actually a time where you spend a lot of time in that world in the first hour, and my nose is so stopped up right now.
Allergy season.
Yeah, it makes it hard to
Weather.
talk.
Yeah, weather changing. Yeah.
But you know, like you basically traverse because you come up to this point where you can't go no further, but that the magnetic rock is right there, and so you pull the thing out and it opens the doorway, and you gotta go through this area of the other world to get to a different spot in your world, and it can take you not only through space, as in physical space, but time. And that's where I'm going to stop talking about the story. It's just, dude, the way they implement horror into these games is absolutely genius. Like, there's at one
That
point,
that make you feel like you're the character, like you're the
yeah,
one going through what the character is going through.
it really makes you scared.
That's awesome.
Like, there's one point, and it you're squeezing through this cavern, and then all of a sudden you see this, and you're looking, and it's dark, and you got a little bit of light yonder distance in the cave, and you're squeezing through this thin space of rock, and all of a sudden this gangly, thin humanoid creature stands up. You can't really see much of it, but you can see that it's there and its outline. And the character screams and throws herself backward and freaks out. And then you wake up somewhere else in the cave.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
It's
that's
absolutely,
horrible.
absolutely,
Terrifying.
yeah. And you can't fight. You cannot fight the enemies. You have to run from them. You gotta hide. You have to avoid them. And the first one, uh, the Dark Descent, the one I played, was absolutely wonderful. I loved it Scared the crap out of me, but I loved it. But it's available on PC and PlayStation 4, but I will never. I've made my mind up. I'll never buy PlayStation. At least not new or from a store where any profits or any money of mine can go to PlayStation. Because have you seen this, dude? They've drank the Kool Aid.
What?
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna send you a picture right now.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's a tweet from. It's a got it from a tweet, and it's PlayStation policy. I'm gonna read it. You may not use your account or use PSN in any way to create, reproduce, publish, or disseminate any information which opposes the basic principles in the Constitution of the People's Republic of China, endangers security of the PRC, divulges PRC state secrets, or jeopardizes the sovereignty and unification of the PRC, damages the damages the honor and interests of the PRC, violates PRC policies on religion, propagates heresies or superstitions, disseminates rumors, disrupts social order or undermines social stability, disseminates obscenity, pornography, gambling, violence, or instigates others to commit crimes, is prohibited by PRC law, administrative regulations, or other provisions. So when you're on PlayStation, you are under the thumb of China.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but
And
I don't see why I would use PlayStation as the platform to attack China.
well, I don't
So,
see why PlayStation would support China. It's Sony.
well,
Sony's Japanese, isn't it?
yeah, and they're like right next to China, and they're probably terrified of
Well,
China.
it's network terms of service and use agreement now. Hong Kong
Uh,
version. So you can't do that. I mean, they're
oh well,
suppressing Hong Kong.
maybe that's only in Hong Kong. Like I haven't had to sign any new or accept any new policy changes,
Well, I'm
and
just
I've
gonna.
updated my PlayStation like 8 times since I've had it.
Well, I'm not gonna
I mean, I'll go.
support any company that supports the PRC, especially when it
Well,
comes against Hong Kong and the peoples there that enjoyed freedom up until recently.
yeah. Until actually, right up until the plague hit.
Oh, it was going on. It's been going on for at least a few years.
Yeah, yeah. The
Oh,
revolution that was going on over there. Yeah.
yeah, it's absolutely insane, and I don't even know. Like, I don't know, man. The what China's doing right now really got me all kinds of fed up. You know, because
Yeah, and
it's literally history repeating itself, except it's the Chinese with their Muslim populations.
yeah, instead of the Germans with the Jewish population.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's the left is trying to do that here with
separatist.
yeah, and they're I mean, if it was up to the left as we see it today, we would be in concentration camps. We're not adhering to their ideologies.
Right. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. That's what happened in World War II. Like we supplied the Germans with engines for their tanks through Ford and railroad systems all throughout Germany, so they could move those tanks. And, yeah. So we're probably doing something in China to help China arm up so they can fight something. I have a feeling China's going to fight India though,
No, they're
which is kind of
already like fist
which is
fighting at the border.
yeah, which is really weird because those are the two most heavily populated countries behind Russia and us.
Yeah. Well, what is it?
Those are good.
At least a billion people in both of those countries.
Yeah. Um,
I'll look it up real quick.
I'll look
Popu-
up the population of India. You look up China.
okay.
Yeah. India, as of 2018, they have 1.3 billion people.
And China has 1.393 billion people.
Last year, India had 1.36 billion. 1.36 billion
Now it's 1.439 billion this year, estimated.
in China.
That's 18% of the world's total population, my guy.
Hmm.
18.47. Jesus.
Yeah, 1.37 to China's 1.4. That's like that. The scary thing is, if those two countries go to war and they fight it out, they don't even have to use nukes to cause enough devastation to blow the minds of everybody else on the planet because they kill half of each other's population. That's about half a billion people. Altogether, a billion people will die if they kill each other. Just half their population.
Jesus.
Yeah. Like that's people are not going to be able to grasp the amount of death that's going to happen there.
They can only estimate it.
Yep.
Don't laugh about death.
I know, right? Damn it.
I really like India. I
I
love
did too.
their media. It's fucking it's hilarious.
You know what's
Um,
crazy though too is the people from China are not that bad. Like once they come to America and see what America is offering, they usually become pretty good people. Like the Chinese government is a complete disaster, but
yeah,
the people of China are some pretty awesome people. Like you can go to Chinatown in all throughout the United States, any Chinatown in any big city with a Chinese population, and you're gonna get treated pretty good. I mean, you treat people good, it turns out they'll pretty much treat you pretty good.
I try to I try to treat everybody good. I know that when I was standing in line to vote today, there's probably some Biden voters around, but I wasn't about to start yelling at people for no reason.
Right. I mean, there's no
Well, there's
it,
literally no reason.
right. It's amazing when you really look at it because I mean I've been to California, Arizona, and Arkansas, and I've learned that if you just treat people like they're people, they'll treat you like you're people. Usually, unless they're just buttholes, in which case you can't really help that. But those are the ones you just ignore till they make an ass out of themselves and do something stupid and get themselves in trouble so they stop
Yeah.
being a problem.
Since we're on the topic of politics and the such,
Hmm?
um, have you heard that the director of national intelligence, John Ratcliffe, has said that Hunter Biden emails on the laptop are not part of a Russian camp oh my goodness, Russian disinformation campaign. Oh,
It's a
and there's
mouthful.
yeah, tell me about it. It's like I can't read. Um, Adam Schiff is saying that it's all coming. It's just a smear coming from the Kremlin, but of course that's Schiff.
Hmm.
You know, Schiff is short for
Schiff is a
shifty.
smear. Yeah, Schiff is a smear coming from the Kremlin.
Yeah, I mean they are investigating to see if it is, but
Well, yeah, but
you,
because I
you
mean,
You got to.
Yeah, it's Schiff. He's the head of uh what is it? The House Intel Committee?
Yeah, the House. Let me see. I just seen it right here. The
Yeah,
House Intelligence Committee Chairman.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So he represents the Intelligence Committee for the House of Representatives. Okay, that makes sense. So everything he says should indeed, in fact, have a strong merit of truth to it,
Should.
because yeah, that's who his position. That's what his position is supposed to represent. So now that the director of national intelligence, not just the House of Representative intelligence, but the
Mm-hmm.
House or national intelligence, is saying that it's not a disinformation act, then I think we should be looking into
Yeah. Well,
shifty shift saying that it is.
here's a quote from John Ratcliffe. He says, "Quote: Let me be clear. The intelligence community doesn't believe that because there is no intelligence, doesn't believe that uh, in regards to the Russian stuff, because there is no intelligence that supports it. And we have shared no intelligence with Adam Schiff or any member of Congress." So dude's just obviously talking out of his butthole.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it seems that way.
Yeah.
Like he's just trying to point fingers to get attention that way.
And dude, there's
Attention.
like the emails, man, absolutely crazy stuff. Like, you know, uh, Hunter Biden was basically an intermediary for Biden to accept favors, claims, or claims, to accept favors and equity and and work. Like, he was also making money on setting up, uh, basically how they say it, this handshakes with people. You know, he man, like, they got all this information saying that uh, H will hold such and such equity for the big guy, and and that the big guy gets 20% or to 40% of everything. You know, the big guy being President or Vice President Joe Biden. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and some people that were in the email chain have come out and said that, yeah, the big guy is referring to Joe Biden. And because when you're a vice president, you can't take money from foreign interests. You know, you really shouldn't take money from anywhere but the government who's paying you to be vice president.
Right,
But it's
right.
it's funny that uh, their uh, their value rose to the millions right after the right after they got out of office.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's see how much he's worth right now.
Joe or Hunter?
Joe. Today, Forbes estimates Biden and his wife Jill are worth $9 million.
$9 million.
Yeah, and he was just vice president and a senator. He should have never been able to accrue all that right after fucking. That was 2019 when that was out. 2017. No, that's a 10. And it's crazy. What really tips me off is that this isn't BS. Besides just the DNI coming out and telling people that Adam Schiff is talking out of his ass. Okay, the Bidens reported. Let's look at this. And this is from Town and Country Magazine. Ooh, what was that?
A car outside.
Gross.
Yeah.
I'd never be outside if I didn't have
Hmm.
to.
There's people out there.
Yeah, they're horrible. He reported an adjusted gross income of roughly of 11 million in 2017
Mm.
and 4.6 million in 2018. So,
Did you know that Biden wasn't the only one making money off of that?
well, no, the Obamas probably made crap ton of money off of those deals.
In 2008, they entered the White House with a $1.3 million net. They
That
left with a $40 million net worth.
damn,
That's a lot of money.
it is. And you know, I know you've seen it, you've heard it. The tape where Joe Biden's bragging about getting that prosecutor fired over there in uh, whatever a stand.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Kuwait. Where was it again?
Uh that's funny as
Iran?
dang it. I just had no.
No.
It's middle it's a Russian country right next to it's Ukraine.
Yeah,
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Yeah. And yeah, he said if you don't fire this prosecutor looking into corruption in the Ukrainian government, then you're not getting the $1 billion we promised you.
Yeah, well, they were looking into the corruption in the Burisma, which
Yeah, there you go.
is where
The
they put
Burisma
Joe,
Energy Company.
or that's where Joe put his crackhead boy Hunter. And
Yeah.
I can say that because it's true, and we have pictures of him with a crack pipe in his mouth
Yep.
with prostitutes, or Ukrainian prostitutes and stuff. And
Yeah. A
if
picture of him doing a line of cocaine off a prostitute's bum.
yeah, and you know how apples and trees are, you know.
Yep. They don't fall far from the tree.
No, and a lead investigator into child stuff that's illegal is requesting access to the laptop pretty heavily.
Mhm.
So
They don't want that kind of access if it's false.
if there's no reason to have that kind of to no reason for anyone to look for that in that, then that dude wouldn't be getting involved
Right.
because he specializes in tracking that down and
Yeah.
getting rid of people that spread that. And Hunter might have some of that on his laptop, which the FBI has. Which that also makes it kind of dangerous for the guy that copied it all onto a hard drive and gave it to uh, oh, dang, what's his name? America's mayor, Giuliani. Yeah,
Julia.
he gave it all to Giuliani's lawyer. You know, the hard drive.
Hmm.
And so he whether he knew it or not, they depending on how they want to act, could technically go after him for possession. But I don't think they will because
Yeah.
he did turn the laptop in to the FBI, and the hard drive that he copied it all onto to the lawyer of Giuliani. And another thing, was there another thing? Oh yeah, remember how they tried to say that wasn't Hunter's laptop?
Hmm.
They got the like, Steven Crowder's involved.
Yeah.
They
Of
got
course.
Steven Crowder was like, we have the, or he was talking to Giuliani, and Giuliani is like, dude, Hunter Biden's lawyer called as soon as the article dropped, trying to get the laptop back, and they have email, or he emailed the shop owner for the repair shop, and tried to get the laptop back, and they have email receipts. And I'm like, dude, you should have just said nothing about it, because by asking for the laptop back, you admit that it's your client's laptop. And
uh,
this is
yeah.
going into one of your topics that you put up. Their Twitter and Facebook are trying to silence the story when it came out by New York Post, which is one of the longest running, uninterrupted, longest running news publications in America. Started, I believe it was by Thomas Jefferson himself. I'm not
Mm.
sure. Anyone listening should look into that for yourself. But they're trying to say, oh, it's hacked materials, which it was not, because after so long, the laptop became property of the shop owner because it was never picked up, and therefore anything on that laptop that he has access to is property. And if I leave my laptop around and like my email is always logged in on it, and someone grabs it, well, that's their information. They can do whatever they want, even though it's my information. They own something that has access to it, and I would never refute that because it's my mess up. And oh look, the Boston Globe. I just ran across this. Enough about Hunter Biden. What about Ivanka Trump? Man, be
Mm.
quiet. But
Mm.
like, you could post the link, but the Twitter, you'd get banned, you get taken down, and if the link did get around, they'd disable it, and they say that's it's hacked materials, unconfirmed, blah blah blah. Well, now it's confirmed, and it's confirmed to be not hacked. But where were you, Twitter, when Trump's taxes were legally obtained and released, and you let that crap spread like wildfire?
Yep.
The same as Facebook. And Facebook straight out come out and said, we're not going to allow Trump on our platform to announce victory on the 3rd. But what about Biden? What if he announces victory and just
Right.
spreads that crap around, whether he won or lost?
Right.
It's bull crap. And did you hear about the black guy that got his teeth knocked out by Antifa? He was at a rally to protest censorship from big tech, from all these billionaires trying to censor what we can say, which sounds crazy, and I didn't believe it until recently because it's so obvious. And Antifa's like, "Oh, we're for the little man. We're for equal, blah blah blah, anti-fascist," but they're going around
Mm.
beating people, knocking their teeth out to silence them. That is
Right.
fascism.
Yep. That's exactly what that is. They are promoting what they say they uh disavow.
Yeah, and they completely project, saying that everyone else is guilty, their opposition is guilty of what they are in fact doing. And you know what
Right.
the worst thing about it is,
Mm.
about that particular scenario, because the dude's got a fundraiser. They raised 20 something $1,000 to fix his teeth for him, which is awesome. But he
Oh yeah.
got banned from Twitter and Facebook and stuff for getting
Wow.
his teeth knocked out by an anti-fascist organization. It's a domestic terrorism group ran by
Yep.
big tech billionaires.
No,
I
it's ran
guarantee
by one billionaire in particular named George Soros, who has also been linked to funding BLM during the Ferguson riots and during the Portland fires and riots. And his name is bounced around all throughout domestic terrorism problems. And why they won't claim him a domestic terrorist, I don't know.
you know,
Because
usually,
he's come out and said multiple times that his entire life's goal is to dismantle the United States from the inside out.
He ain't even gonna live long enough to see that crap. You particularly, Brick, know that whenever you brought up stuff like that, like I just said, and like we just said, that I would just, nah, I don't believe that. Am I wrong or
Mhm.
right?
Oh, you're definitely right.
Yeah, stuff sounds too crazy for me, but now it doesn't.
Right.
And that's the world
And
we're
see,
going into.
right. I was red pilled very early, and it was definitely shocking to my core how deep the corruption actually goes. And it took me a while to realize my what I have to do with that information is help other people understand what it is that's going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to bring up any names in particular, but there are definitely naysayers out there that don't want that information out. So the best way to discredit that information is go after, or to use a term called conspiracy theory, which in reality, conspiracy is a crime.
Oh, the act of
Conspiracy is,
conspiracy is.
yes. So if it is a conspiracy theory, it is also a crime, therefore it has to be real. You cannot claim something to be a conspiracy if it is indeed, if there is no truth to it. I mean, you can call it an all out lie, but calling it a conspiracy is a way to try to discredit it when conspiracies need to be investigated heavily before discredited, in my opinion, anyway. But I do know the term conspiracy was coined by the CIA to divert investigation away from something.
Huh.
Yeah, it's all part of that whole project or MK Ultra project,
Ugh.
the mind control stuff. Everybody's like, "Oh, that's a conspiracy." Well, declassified information says otherwise, and I'm pretty sure declassified information has superiority over opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Now,
So,
like, dude, they even have. It's not just the tech companies blocking things, blocking people, but you remember the whole debacle with Amy Coney Barrett when she used the term sexual preference, and then everybody starts jumping up and down. Oh, that's offensive. That's offensive.
yeah,
They used Merriam-Webster, edited it that day, edited the definition of the term sexual preference to add the word offensive to it, to make it offensive, to make it look like it had been. And then there's this whole debacle. You know, Governor Whitmer, the
Governor Wilson.
yeah, the despot that got sued in
Mm-hmm.
federal court over unconstitutional edict with her lockdowns and still refused to give up her power. She has the balls to say, if you want the lockdowns to end, vote Trump out. Like, no, we vote you out. They need to vote you out to end that lockdown.
Yeah,
And
you can't punish us for something you want done somewhere else.
yeah, she has the
That's not fair.
gall to even speak on Twitter about anything.
Yeah, they
No.
won't block her. They won't block her because she's promoting their narrative.
Yeah, and she did an interview where they she had this little sticker called 8645. And 86 is a term used to kill someone, get rid of something, or basically, you know, get
Remove.
rid of, remove.
Yeah.
And that day on the Wikipedia page for the term 86 was edited under the subject of removed typo, and it took out the the part where it says originally used to refer to as killing someone.
Mm-hmm.
It's because 80 miles out of town, 6 feet under.
Mm-hmm.
It's real time Orwellian censorship. And then you got
Yep.
this dude, forget who he was. This is all yesterday, and I've consumed a lot of media and stuff today. This dude yesterday said that they needed a some sort of ministry to verify everything, or some
Mm-hmm.
kind of council. Well, if you've ever read 1985, you got the
Four.
Ministry of Truth, which
1984. By
84.
George Orwell.
Oh yeah, I think someone tried to write a sequel. 1984. They got the Ministry of Truth, the Ministry of Love, and oh, there was another one. The Ministry of War or Peace, which basically war. And what it is, the Ministry of Truth, is basically what this dude's proposing. Is where people would sit down and rewrite history as it happened. Like, say if a week ago there was a report that the chocolate ration was going to get bigger, but it actually ended up getting lower, they would go back, rewrite that report, and re release it, saying that it was going to be lower. Like, so that the party was never wrong, the government was never wrong.
Mm.
Dude, we're only four
It,
years away from thought police.
yeah. Yeah. Well, no. If Biden wins, we're probably only a year away. Um, Especially once they get that Neuralink into you, then they can see what you're thinking and alter what you think. That's a
Mm.
scary thought.
We'll just have to see how that goes. I
Yeah,
have high
dude, I
hopes
typed
for
in
that.
I typed in three ministries in 1984.
Yeah.
The Ministry of Truth, Ministry of Love, Ministry of Peace, and Ministry of Plenty.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, that was the
they-
food. That
yeah,
governed the food.
they are bright white concrete and rising 300 meters into the air. On the front are the three slogans of the party: war is peace, freedom is slavery, and ignorance is strength. Yeah,
When I was listening to the audiobook, I got so depressed halfway through that I had to
yeah.
stop listening to it. And I couldn't listen to it for 2 months, but I did finally
Have you?
finish it
Okay.
because it's just so close to what's going on. Like, you can tell if you watch the old Crowder Change My Mind sections, not a lot of people yelled at him starting off, but as it got closer and closer to the Donald Trump thing and to this year in general, it's been getting more and more violent towards him,
Oh yeah.
trying to
It's
shut
the
down his
it's
discourse.
the propaganda forced on the people that are still watching TV, still getting their media from social media, getting all their news from social media, from television and that kind of stuff. The sad to say, the left side of the country is polluting itself to build itself
Yeah,
as big as possible.
it's not gonna work.
No, because there's a lot of people that are opening their eyes to what's really going on, and they're like, "What is going on here?"
We had
And
more Democrats than Republicans in 2016. Now we have more Republicans than Democrats.
yep,
And then you
more
got the
people are
undivided.
realizing what's going on. Yeah, there's still some that don't quite see what's going on, but the closer to election we get, the more we're gonna see. I think the
No.
harder the left is gonna try to disapprove or disavow Trump, and the harder they're going to make it look incompetent.
Oh yeah, they're good luck. Good luck to them.
Yeah, because
I
that man
think
is
there might be an actual attempt. You know,
um
I hope not.
there's been plenty of tries, but they don't talk about it,
Oh
I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
Well, there's gonna be something they're not gonna be able to not talk about. That's
Last
what I
year,
think.
he Trump came out and said he was only in the White House 17 times this year because he was out doing other stuff for the country.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of famous people that are endorsing him because of the stuff he did while in his first 3 years, dude. A
Dude,
lot of them,
those
but they have to be quiet about it. They
those
can't really be
peace agreements, bro.
open. Yeah.
Fucking
And
amazing.
I found out the nominations he got were for next year's Nobel Prize.
Heck yeah.
So it wasn't for this year's, and for some reason, some food bank got it this year.
Hey, let them have it. If it,
Yeah,
especially if it's a
absolutely.
food bank, because that's $1 million prize.
Yeah, they needed it. Like they were helping out countries hit by tsunamis and national natural disasters.
Heck yes.
Yeah, I'll back them up all day. But I hope they're honest about it next year because he deserves it. There had been peace in the Middle East for millennia.
Yeah, and this is a really big stepping stone towards that.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get peace in the Middle East, eventually you'll have peace in the world.
Oh yeah.
We'll just have to
But
see
I
how
don't
it
know if the
works.
left is ready for that because if they're gonna start thinking that war is freedom or war is peace, then because I know for a long time they were talking about like with Clinton and Bush, we were in a lot of wars,
Yeah, definitely.
and then I heard a statistic about Obama while he was in office that we launched a missile like every 25 seconds,
Yeah,
something like that. There was a missile launch. It's like, dang,
killed
like
16
we
year
went,
old American kids in Iraq.
yeah, and we went from one war to eight wars or something like that, 7 wars.
Yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
And thanks to that vehicle outside.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm just messing with you. I can barely hear it. I'm sure it's not gonna show up too loud on the thing.
Reported.
Yeah. You got any good topics? You got any other topics after that?
Uh, yeah, we could talk about the celebrity endorsements that Trump's already received.
Yeah, like Kid Rock, and Johnny Rotten.
Yeah, I don't know who Johnny Rotten is.
He's the lead singer of the Sex Pistols, bruh. Old punk, like real
Oh,
punk,
yeah, that's
man.
right.
That's back when punk was punk and not sellout music.
yeah, but he's got a lot of like big names, like Sheldon Adelson,
Don't know who
philanthropist.
that is.
I'm not exactly founder of Las Vegas Sands Corporation.
There
So
you
he's a
go.
okay. Um, Ronnie Barrett, gun manufacturer from Barrett Firearms.
No way.
Yeah, he supports Trump. Dana White.
Yeah, I know about Dana White. He supports Trump. I love me
Yeah.
some Dana White. His UFC.
Yeah.
Bro, the
The My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell.
that dude, they had a cutout and where I used to go pay a bill, and they hid it behind something one day, or it was blocked. The view was blocked, and I passed it, and I seen him out the corner of my eye, and it scared the fire out of me, dude. Oh, uh, the Boilers Union, the biggest section of it
The
has
Boilermakers,
endorsed.
yeah.
Yeah, the Boilermakers Union. They
Yeah.
their biggest. I can't remember what section, but they've endorsed Trump and
Yeah.
Biden's
It was
like the
actually a fact
Boilermakers
check.
Union
They
has endorsed
endorsed me.
me. I'm like, no.
I beg to differ, Mr. Biden. We endorse Trump.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a fact check on Twitter.
nice.
I saw that.
They
Oh
can't
yeah.
let everything fly. They gotta
No,
try
thankfully.
to have this
Thankfully
ruse.
there are still good people working in some of these big places.
Let's hope.
So
Ugh, like for
like
real.
the founder of Home Depot, Bernard Marcus, is a
Yeah,
Trump supporter. The founder of Domino's Pizza and Papa John himself are indeed um, Trump fans.
man.
The owner of the LA Angels.
Papa John himself knows how it feels to get effed over.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. the
Golly.
Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't
And then
he?
celebrities. Elon Musk, he did, but he rescinded.
No, wasn't he part of the founding of PayPal, though?
Yeah, he was the other co-founder.
Okay. I see. I thought so. Well, all
And
right.
then some celebrities, Roseanne, Gene Simmons, James Woods.
Gene
The,
Simmons.
oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, he's Jewish.
He's also a
He's
D bag. Like, for real, that's what a lot of people say about him that know him.
yeah, but he does a lot of good for people. Like that gets brushed over because he's a Trump supporter.
Ah,
But 50
yeah.
Cent recently came out and said, like he posted a Instagram picture. Let me
Yeah,
see if I can find
with him and Ice T with Trump hats. And they
it.
were never Trumpers. Yeah, I seen that this morning when I was on the John.
Yeah.
Like, and the Biden campaign just straight up rejected their platinum plan for the black community,
Yeah,
and Trump was all about it. So, I mean, what does that tell people? What does
right.
that tell you? Biden doesn't care about people.
No, he really doesn't. He cares about his the money going into his wallet.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure he can remember where his wallet is half the time. I
Yes,
mean,
I don't believe he does know where it comes from.
yeah, like what I said, is comedic on some levels, but really, I just feel sad about it
Yeah.
because my great grandmother, she went through cognitive decline and went through dementia and died not knowing who her granddaughter was,
Hmm.
and I'm going to have to experience something like that, I'm sure, because it runs deep in the family. I'm gonna have to experience someone going without recognizing my face,
Yeah. Or
and
name.
and the Bidens are gonna have to experience that at some point, more than likely.
Oh, they need to. I think all rich people need to humble themselves. They can do much better with their money if they were to humble themselves.
I would hope so.
This this country could be so much better than what it is if they were to look at their abilities to do something about it and their willingness to do something about it.
Yeah, greed, man. Greed runs real deep, but
Yeah.
I can understand if someone wants to hoard their own money. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
No, absolutely.
be mad about it,
But
but to hoard their own money and relentlessly try to go after other people's
right.
and do dirty deals to get more, that is despicable.
Right. That is like there should always be a line drawn at where people can what they can and can't do, regardless of how much money you have. It's not fair that you can be a billionaire and just do anything you want because you have the money to do it. And then you have lawyers to back up what you're going to do, regardless of how horrible it actually is for the people living wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Um, I'm ready to get on a happy topic.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was just going to go through, list off some more Trump supporters.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. And then we got side, you know, got distracted. All right, who else is there, man?
Oh man, the list is surprisingly long. Like for we've got people, we got business people. Yeah, business people. We got celebrities, producers, and musicians. Like porn stars, Mexican singers and actresses. Yeah,
Isn't
Brand.
Kirstie Alley Trump?
Yeah, she is indeed. So is
Nice.
Mary Hart from Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Brandy Love is the porn actress.
oh, I'm not gonna Google that right now.
I don't recommend it. There's Johnny
Brandy
Rotten. I see him.
Love.
The lead singer of Exodus. Then we got Travis Tritt, the legendary country musician. John Voight, Angelina Jolie's dad. And then we got Mariano Rivera of the New York Yankees. He retired a while back. Herschel Walker, legendary running back for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I recognized that name.
Johnny Damon is a baseball player. Colby
Johnny
Covington.
Damon on the diamond.
Yeah. Col- Colby Covington is the mixed martial artist that actually supports openly supports Trump and also called out LeBron James for being a chump.
Well, it need though.
Yeah, he called him out in the actual fight. Right after the fight, he had just won, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take you on, LeBron James. Step your ass in the ring."
Well, if
Like,
I
yeah,
was some big bad UFC guy, I'd call out at least two or three people after every match that I won.
hell yeah. Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
Yep, he's and Tito Ortiz are
Wow,
Trump,
love Tito
Trump
Ortiz,
supporters.
man.
Yeah,
Love him.
Kurt Schilling, Daryl Strawberry, Kurt Suzuki. I like that name.
Suzuki.
Yeah, he's a cool dude
What
too.
about the
Mike
cars?
Tyson. They make cars? I know they make motorcycles.
Suzuki cars. Yeah. You
You
said Mike
sure?
Tyson.
Yeah, Mike Tyson.
I want to hear him say
He
it. Not because I don't believe you, because I do. I just want to hear him say it. I love how he talks. It's like it's not what you expect
right.
because he's this big old like legend, and he's got a lisp. Apparently, the first fight he got into was because someone killed his pet pigeon, so he beat the tar out of him.
Yeah, Mike Tyson's and Kelsey Grammer
You're
are also
kidding.
nope. Kelsey Grammer and Stacey Dash
From Frasier.
from Frasier, the one and only Frasier, are diehard Trump fans.
Nuh-uh.
Yep. According to Twitter.
That is.
Yeah, yeah. And the amount of people that openly support Bernie Sanders is amazing too.
I mean, he's got. I like Bernie. I was a Bernie bro for a while. Not this go around, but the last one.
I think people could we the country could definitely use some more socialist views.
Oh my
However,
goodness. I did not expect Kelsey Grammer to be
yeah,
conservative.
he must have just recently switched. But then we have activists and public figures like Dinesh D'Souza. I love that guy.
Is he a
Uh,
comedian?
no, he's an activist,
Oh,
pu-
I don't.
public speaker. He
Oh,
pops up on Fox a lot. He
oh,
talks to, yeah, he talks to Dan Bongino, one of my favorite guys. I
yeah.
love Bongino. I love Bongino.
You know,
Um,
I gravitate
he's
more
actually,
towards lefty people on in entertainment than I do uh, conservatives, and I don't know why. I don't. I always find out. Like I hate looking people up now because I'm like they're gonna be some kind of lefty with some kind of crazy views and be rude about everything, and
yeah,
most of the time they are.
yeah. Well, the ones I find on the right to be the best to listen to are like Dinesh D'Souza, Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro,
Love
Steven
Candace
Crowder,
Owens.
yes, Steven Crowder,
Yes,
and Dan Bongino. Those are my favorite right leaning people. Now, there's not many that are farther right than Bongino. So, like, he's the farthest right I go because Glenn Beck is a little too far for me.
I
Uh,
try to avoid any source with a clear bias.
well, what I like about Bongino is he uses the left's um, stuff against them. Like, they'll come out and say something today, and he'll find stuff contradicting it from a few years back.
Oh yeah,
And that's what I like about him. Like
I can
he's really good about bringing up the the
hypocrisy.
the blatant yeah, the blatant shenanigans coming out of the left. Because that's all it is, man. The shenanigans. like the like all of it. The censorship, the um narrative, the everything. It's all just shenanigans. It to me, it feels like spoiled kids not getting their way. So they want to do everything possible to make the one that got their way to look as bad as possible, and so that the spoiled kid can have their way. And it's like, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
But that's my view on that stance. But
that's your stance on that view.
yeah, my there you go.
Something like that.
Yeah. Oh wow. Conspiracy theorist. Poor Dinesh D'Souza.
All right, all right. There's the
Dogs.
slander in his name now.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we wrap this up, I want to go over something in movies
Okay.
and in gaming. There's this big old gaming clan of 70 plus members called FAZE. Their top four members being FaZe Rain, FaZe Nico, FaZe Kerrigan, and FaZe Guardian. Or FaZe Guardian. Right? And have you ever heard of these guys?
I've heard of the FaZe clan. I
But
haven't
not,
heard of those individuals, no.
well, there's a reason. Because they're FaZe.
Oh.
I'm playing. But so they got this movie. They have a movie coming out.
A movie.
A movie. It's a horror movie, and apparently it's a found footage horror movie. And the fact, I think, just the fact alone, in that we have gaming clans making movies is absolutely amazing. And, it should happen more often. But
I agree.
uh, the movie's called Crimson, and it's they call it. Let me push out. It's supposed to be a full budget movie as well, because these guys make money.
Right.
So I'm trying to find something more because I haven't watched the
Don't
trailer.
don't they do don't they do a lot of
Fortnite.
tournaments?
Yeah, dude. Like they were doing a tournament just today. They have a tournament today.
Oh, nice. And that's where they get most of their money.
Yeah, that and Twitch and YouTube. Oh yeah, the a FaZe Clan film, Crimson, starring FaZe Rug, and it comes out the 29th of this month. And it's the poster's got like this clown face on it, with the nose is a red balloon with FaZe Rug's reflection in it. It's supposed to be some kind of found footage movie, and just think if these guys can drop the cash to make a movie, I'm going to pay to see it because
Makes sense.
I don't care if it's bad or good. Hoping it's good, but I'd really like to support them because you get all these actors and YouTube creators go out and try to make music, and some make it, like Joji, who was Filthy Frank, and some don't. And I like seeing a cross from one thing to another, not so much as from acting to singing, or from anything to singing, but from gaming to movie making, or gaming to acting. I want to see that more. And we got a movie called Free Man, starring what's that dude's name? Real handsome fella, always funny, uh plays Deadpool, you know, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Love him. I don't care anything about what he thinks about it, anything. I love that dude. But they're Pokimane, Jacksepticeye, and who else is it? Lazar Beam. He's
Hmm.
another. You know who Lazar Beam is?
It
It's
sounds familiar.
Laser Beam, spelled Lazar.
Oh, it sounds familiar.
I think he's a YouTuber.
Sounds like he would be.
But they got,
Like,
like, they're listed as part of the cast.
hmm,
Let's see. Let's go into the IMDb because they may have updated it since I last seen anything on it.
hmm.
Uh, Stars Ryan Reynolds, Jodie Comer, and Taika Waititi. Love him. Dude, I still need to see
Love
Jojo
that name.
Rabbit. Huh?
Love that name.
Yeah. He
Taika Waititi.
I think he's the director for uh he was the director for Thor Ragnarok, and he directed uh the Black Panther as well.
Hmm, that was
But
cool.
oh yeah, Ninja. How could I forget him? Because I don't like him.
Hmm.
Ninja, aka Tyler Blevins, is gonna be in the movie, and they still haven't got his uh, or Pokemon's characters um, name out yet. But where's Jacksepticeye? He actually has his character actually has a name.
Hmm.
What the heck? Did they take him off? You know,
Yeah,
Jacksepticeye's name isn't really Jack.
I would imagine it isn't.
It's Sean. It's probably Sean O something. You know, these are things I should really look up before the podcast, but you know, until someone complains, I'm gonna keep doing it like I do.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, I did not find Jacksepticeye, but I really don't. I don't know his last name, so. But he had a character name in the last thing I seen from it. I just don't understand. It was some kind of weird name too. Can't remember. But you know, that's the kind of stuff I want to see. I
Yeah.
want to see. I'd love to see. Oh, there it is. Because his name is McLaughlin. He voices Q-Bert. It
Mm.
was right in the top 10. Jesus. But yeah, let's see if they can't click on that yet. But can click on him. And Lazar Beam, Lannon S. Scott. Yeah, he's a YouTuber. He's Australian. Oh, I bet he's good. I love Australian people, unless they're
Oh yeah.
PC. Have you ever heard of Bearing?
No.
Bearing the cartoon bear. He covers political stuff in Australia and America. Still hasn't made Trumpy Bear, but whatever. If he wants to take forever on that, I don't care. I'm done waiting for it. But
Nice.
yeah, you know, people becoming more mainstream from YouTube, and I think it's good. I think it's a good sign. Our children are gonna watch these videos, I'm sure, of
Oh
these
yeah.
YouTubers playing these games and being funny and become fans and be like, oh, well, look here, kid. This guy's in a movie.
Mhm. All because he was playing video games instead of going and doing his homework.
No, did his homework too. At least that's what I'm
Oh
gonna
yes.
say.
Right.
I
He stayed
gotta,
in school, but he did this. He played his video games.
yeah. I'm gonna
Did
put.
his homework.
I'm going to encourage content creation with my daughter
Oh yeah.
for
Good.
sure.
Especially being a content creator yourself.
Yeah. Now, I technically, man, I just talk junk on the internet, and not even by myself. So
Well, guess
together
what?
we are creators.
Right. You're a content co-creator.
There we go. I like that. All right,
Word.
man. You got anything else for today?
Um, could do one last thing. Let me see if I can't.
Bum bum bum.
Yes. What's blue and not very heavy?
Huh.
Light blue.
Oh my god. Light blue. Okay, that's enough of you today. My legs hurt. So, um, hopefully, anyone who listened got this far. Thank you. We enjoyed you listening to us, and we hope
Yes,
you
yes.
come and see us next week.
Thank you. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe
Share.
we and definitely share. Yes.
There you
Share as
go.
much as possible till your thumbs fall off. No, don't actually do it till your thumbs fall off.
We are
Just right before
available.
they fall off so you can keep doing
We are available on BitChute, YouTube, and Rumble.
it. Yep, the Rumble Eater.
Yeah, Rumble. It
Oh,
takes a
oops.
while before we go live, or before we go live, before it uploads. But I'm going to continue, and hopefully, if I can ever figure out RSS codes, we'll be on Spotify.
Word.
So thank you
We
for.
can indeed start posting on Parlor too.
Oh yeah, you running the Parlor account?
I can indeed.
Please do.
Okay.
I'm not opening up any more social media accounts. Anyway, thanks
Well,
for listening.